Hey loves, it's me, Kiki, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know, hi, welcome. If you guys are old, hey, what's up, how's it going, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how my uncle passed. I know, a year ago, I made this video, and, well, not a year ago, basically, yeah, a year ago. I made this video talking about, basically what happened to my uncle and how he passed and everything, but you guys couldn't hear me because the fucking refrigerator in the background was so fucking loud that you guys couldn't hear me. And I also was talking really, really low because my uncle was in the living room that I'm sitting in right now, basically watching TV. So here I am now to talk about it. So, yeah, but, ooh. I don't know, hold up. Yeah, but before this video starts, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Subscribe to my vlog channel, it's in the description. Subscribe to my shorts channel, that is also in the description. Subscribe to my Aries Facts channel, that is also in the description. Subscribe to my ASMR channel, that's also in the description. At 9 p.m. I will be making the special episode for season 3. And then after that, around 11, or after that, around like about 30 minutes later, at 9:30, I'm probably gonna do season 4, episode 1. Yeah, so let's get right into today's video. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys what happened the day before he passed, like 2 days before he passed. So the last time that me and him, the last time I spoke to him was the day before he passed, was 2 days before he passed, and a day before he passed as well. So on October 31st, 2023, my entire block decided to have a blackout. Everything in my house was off, like all the lights were out, everything was turned off. Like, we went through a power outage around 9 p.m. So, and it was cold outside, so we didn't have no heat, no nothing. So, it was cold outside. So, we went to my dad's car to heat up for a little bit and waited until the power came back on. And about like a couple minutes later, the power comes back on and everything like that. We come back in the house, and yeah, the next day, which is November 1st, 2023, my uncle, I was in the kitchen playing my PlayStation. I was playing my game and stuff like that. And my uncle comes in the kitchen and he's like joking around, talking about making me some goddamn food, stuff like that. And I'm sitting there saying no and everything. Mind you, later that night, I go upstairs, take my shower, get ready for bed, and I go to sleep, right? So I'm like, yeah, I go to sleep. So while I'm sleeping, I'm having this dream. Mind you, sometimes I have different types of dreams and stuff like that. Like, I don't really want to get into like what I dream about sometimes, but some of my dreams are dreams that predict what happens to my family members. It happened when my grandma passed. I should have said that in yesterday's video, but it happened when my grandma passed, and I never had a dream about what would happen to my mom's brother. I never had a dream about that because, like I said, I knew him, but I wanted to see him so me and him could get more close and stuff like that. But we ain't have that much time. So yeah, while I'm sleeping, I'm having this dream about my uncle, and the dream is thoroughly playing out what happened the next day. Literally what happened the next day. So in the dream, it basically started off with me and my dad coming home because my dad had picked me up from school, and then I'm like, where's Uncle Larry? That's my uncle's name. and stuff like that. And my dad's like, he's in the living room and he's on the couch. You don't see him? So I'm looking at the couch and I was like, oh, I didn't see him. Because his back was faced towards the TV. So I couldn't see him. So, yeah. Okay. So then, in this dream, I go upstairs, put my stuff in my room, and I take a nap. Well, no, I go upstairs, I do my homework, I guess. I don't know what I did. No, I went upstairs in my room, I did my homework for a little bit, and then I came downstairs to see if I could find me something to eat, like something to snack on. Couldn't find anything for me to snack on, so I went back upstairs and I took a nap. And then my alarm for 7:30 for like dinner time rang, so I had to get up and go downstairs. Mind you, when I'm already getting up, my dad's getting up because the telephone rang. And so he's like going downstairs to tell my uncle to answer the phone. So when my dad gets up before me to go downstairs and, tell my uncle about the person that's calling and stuff like that, as soon as I'm getting up and everything, I hear my dad screaming my uncle's name, like he's screaming, LJ, wake up, right? And he's like, I could hear my dad panicking. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I come downstairs and I was like, and like, that's when I'm like, oh, fuck, my dad's screaming now. Because at first, his voice sounded a little panicky. And then now he's screaming for my uncle to wake up. So it was kind of fucking scary. So then, and while I'm having this fucking dream, right? I come downstairs and I'm telling my dad, do you want me to call 911? He was like, yes. Mind you, this was before I ended up getting my new phone. Because I got my new phone last year. Well, last year. Well, back in December, I got my new phone. That's when I got my new phone. My old phone, I broke that shit. Like, I broke it up and I threw it out. Because the back of the battery was bulging. Like, that shit was bulging. I think I made a video about that. I don't know. If I did, I don't know. But yeah, the back of my old phone, the battery was popped up. It was puffy and everything. And I wasn't taking care of that phone like I'm taking care of my new phone. Because when I charged my new phone basically, well, when I charged my old phone, I constantly had it plugged in so that I could stay up to 100%, so that I wouldn't let it die and everything. That's what I was always doing and stuff. I was always using it while it was like stuck at 100% on the charger and stuff. And sometimes, right now that I have my new phone, sometimes I use it when it's charging, sometimes I don't. It depends on if it's like at a certain percentage, I'll use it while it's at that certain percentage charging, and then I'll turn it off and let it charge. Usually during school times, when it's like time for me to go get ready for school, like when it's a school night and I'm up in my room before 11:30, 12 a.m., I be on my phone until I usually, when I'm downstairs, I get off of my PlayStation at 9 p.m., 9:30-ish, so I could go take a shower and come back downstairs, play my game for a little bit more, and then around 10:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30-ish, I go back upstairs and I go in my room, sit there for a little bit, and then I go to sleep around 11:30, 12 a.m.-ish. It depends on if I'm tired between those time frames of the day, of the night. So yeah, while I'm trying to I asked my dad if he wants me to call 911. He was like, yes. So I'm running back upstairs, grabbing my old phone to call 911. Couldn't fully make out the fact that I couldn't call 911. I couldn't use my phone to call emergency services because my bitch ass phone was acting dumb. Like, I was like I turned it on, I was trying to open it and everything and stuff like that. So I'm breaking down in my room, telling people not to call me or anything like that and stuff like that. I'm on the verge of fucking tears in this dream. I'm sobbing, breaking down and everything. So I'm calling my aunt, telling her what's going on, telling her like something happened with Uncle Larry, like we don't know. My dad is calling 911 right now. He's on the phone with them and stuff. So yeah, yeah. And then after I wake up from the dream, it's November 2nd, 2023, and I'm getting ready for school and everything like that and stuff. So yeah, get ready for school. And after I'm done with school, I come home at the time that I come home, 2:30 and stuff. And in the dream, like I said about the dream, everything started to play out. Everything started to play out how the dream played out. I came home and I asked my dad where Uncle Larry where my uncle was, my Uncle Larry, and he said he was on the couch. I looked on the couch, I didn't see him, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I see him. Then around 5 p.m., after I put all my stuff in my room, I came back downstairs to find me something to eat, like I said in the dream, and there was nothing. And I went back upstairs, I took a nap, woke up at 7:30, and my dad got up, went downstairs, told my uncle to answer the phone and everything, and he didn't get no response. So he goes downstairs and he starts shaking my uncle, and he's panicking and he's screaming and crying. So then I run downstairs to ask him if he wants me to call 911. I couldn't call 911. My dad calls 911 before I can and stuff. And then in the dream, like I said about the dream, I call my aunt, tell her what's going on. So she comes here. I'm breaking down. After I called my aunt, I break down. I'm crying and everything. Like, all of our family members are coming. Like my uncle Keith, which is my dad's brother, my dad's second brother. Which is my dad's second brother. And then my aunt, she came, and then my cousin, my little cousin, my Uncle Larry's daughters came and everything. The medical examiner came and stuff like that. And we were going through it, bro. I could, like, when I tell you I was sobbing. Like, my older cousin, which is my aunt's son, he had to hug me to literally stop me from crying. My cousin dude, which is my uncle's son, only son, he ended up, like, he was feeling some type of way. He sped off. That entire night was the worst night of my life. I was, like, my aunt was saying, no 15-year-old should have to go through this. Like, you've experienced too much. Like, bro, that was very traumatic for me, because that was the first time I ever, like, had to witness a death in front of me and stuff. And it was very hard, because hearing your parent scream for their brother to wake up hurts. It hurts so much. And yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it was like when everybody came over and stuff like that, we were just talking and everything. Like, we were just all talking and stuff like that. and everything. And then the whole like the whole I can't even say it. The first week of November was fucking horrible for us. We were going through so much. We were planning my uncle's funeral and everything. And then I missed school for 2 days to go to my uncle's funeral, and then to go to my cousin Reggie's wife's funeral, which is also my cousin as well. So yeah, it was a lot. So yeah. So we're all like, you know, we're getting outfits and dresses for the funeral and stuff like that. And like, you know, I'm having some time with my family, even though it was like a lot and stuff. So the funeral finally comes around. My cousins from Ohio and Alabama, they came up and everything for the funeral because they wanted to, you know, be supportive and stuff like that. So they came up for the funeral and everything and stuff. So when my uncle's funeral came and everything, I was like telling my brother, like, can you come up with me to like the stand because I want to say something, right? And my brother's like, all right, fine. So I go up and I'm telling everybody like how I'm the niece of Larry Young, and I'm the youngest daughter of my father. I was telling them how much I was gonna miss when me and my uncle watched wrestling. I stopped watching. I mean, I watch wrestling here and there, but it will never feel the same because when I'm not watching wrestling, my uncle will like tell me like, oh, tell me something about like what happened while watching it and stuff. And it's very hard to even watch wrestling, but yeah. And yeah. After I left the stand, I was already crying before that. I couldn't say what I wanted to. I couldn't, you know, put myself on that pedestal like I wanted to because there was so much good things I wanted to say, but my voice couldn't take my voice and my heart couldn't take it. So, yeah. After the funeral, we went to like the little after party and stuff. And after that, we all went home, and yeah, they gave us pins for my uncle, and I wore my pin while I like every day when I went to school because it was the best thing for me because he was with me. He was with me. He was like basically on my heart and everything. So yeah, that's all. I'm glad I didn't cry this video. I cried in the last video, but all I'm gonna say is cherish the ones that you have left and that are still alive, because you never know what you have until it's gone. You'll never know what happens until they're gone, and you'll never know the feeling of grief and what is that word? You'll never know the feeling of grief and anguish and agony and suffering until that person is gone. You'll never know. And this is just a quote that I have to say for this video. This is my personal quote. So here it is. Once someone's gone, you tried your best to cherish. You'll never know what was there until they leave you behind. You'll never get to hug them again. You'll never get to smile at them again. They'll never get to see you grow. But deep down inside, they're watching, they're looking, they're seeing everything that you're doing. They know that you're being successful. They know that you're trying your best. Just keep up the good work and love yourself. I love you guys so much. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Subscribe to my vlog channel. It's in the description. Subscribe to my shorts channel, that is also in the description. Subscribe to my Aries Facts channel, that is also in the description. Subscribe to my ASMR channel, that is also in the description. And subscribe to the new channel, 𝗨𝗲𝗍𝗶. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, my loves. Mwah.